Hello everyone, Namaste. Welcome to another power-packed episode of RightCast. I'm your host Icha Pandey. Today we are joined by truly special guest David Stephen Knights, the CEO and Dean of Churchill Institute of Higher Education, located in the vibrant city of Parramatta, Sydney. Churchill Institute of Higher Education provides very unique learning environment for international students by providing unique facilities and student support. So let's hear from David today. Welcome to RightCast.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Okay, so how are you feeling to be here in Nepal today?
I'm feeling really excited. This is my third time I visited Nepal
Okay.
and third time in Kathmandu as well. So
Mhm.
it's really interesting for me just to see the market, the country where our students come from. So I always enjoy coming here. And most of all, I really appreciate the hospitality of the people. It's a lovely experience.
Okay, that's amazing. So let's dive into conversation. I would like to start by asking you about the location. Many students
Sure.
definitely look for the location. As Churchill Institute is located in the heart of the Parramatta, one of the major urban areas in Sydney. So how does this location help students to gain overall experience?
This location is critical. So Sydney obviously is the largest city in Australia. Parramatta is what we call Sydney's second city. So it's only 30 kilometres from the centre of the city by train. Many express trains going every 10 minutes to the city.
Mhm.
Many of our students live around Parramatta as well.
Mhm.
It's a large hub for our Nepalese community. So our students find it very useful for their home life, their study, and their working life as well. So they're well supported in Parramatta by us and by their community. So it's absolutely critical that the students have this location. And we're very proud to be in Parramatta, have our campus located there.
Okay, so now let's talk about the benefits of studying in the Australia. Like from quality of education to lifestyle, Australia offers a lot to the international students. In your
Yes.
perspective, what are the biggest advantages of studying in the Australia for international students?
I would say there are many, but the largest one is our education is quality controlled. So we have very strict parliamentary laws that we must meet to deliver our courses. We have special legislation called the ESOS Act, just for overseas students,
Mhm.
in terms of how we recruit them and regulate them while they're in Australia. So it's to protect the student and to protect the quality of the education. And that's the biggest selling point I think Australia has to offer compared to other countries. And that's something as an Australian, we're very proud of as well.
Okay, so today, employers look for, not only technical skills, they look for different kinds of skills, like maybe right attitude, different kinds of soft skills.
Yes.
So how does Churchill Institute prepare students to be competitive in the market?
I think we prepare them very well. We have our Bachelor of Business degree and we make students attend 4 hours per week, not three. The last hour, that fourth hour, we focus more on the soft skills in the course.
Mhm.
So these are what's critical for students to succeed later on when they're seeking employment: presentation, negotiation skills, how well you write, communicate with others, how well you present yourself. All of these things are really important. Leadership, how not just in a formal position, but how you can actually show initiative and get things done and take control of things. This is what's valued in society, and this is what we're showing people in that fourth hour of our tuition each week. So we know that's important. It's important for international students and it's important for Australians as well.
Mhm. Okay, so being a dean of the Churchill Institute, what do you think? Where are our international students lacking? What they need to improve before going to Australia?
When they come, the students are quite young. They're undergraduate students, are doing a bachelor's degree. They're often quite shy, they're reserved. Our education system is very different to yours. So there's a large emphasis on reading, problem solving, using initiative, not being told answers. We show them the way and how to do that. So by the time they come, by the end of their third year, when they're ready to graduate, it's like different people. It's like they're fully grown up, they're mature. We're very proud of them. We think we've done our job. They can go out into the community and be successful. So that for me is the reason I do this job. I think it's an absolute pleasure to see that transformation in the students, and it's a reason I work in education.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about the financials. Going abroad and settling to new country is quite difficult to the students. So they definitely look for the financials. So what kind of scholarship does Church Institute provide to the students?
Scholarship we offer based on academic merit, and we also based on fee. So it's based on the market, and we look obviously at the student's academic background in terms of how well they perform, and we will look at introducing scholarships based on that. It's a competitive basis, obviously, And the students, once they arrive, have to perform and pass all their subjects, obviously, to keep that scholarship. But I'm aware that obviously Australia is quite an expensive country. The students have to pay fees, but obviously the students that are academically well prepared and that work for us, they're the ones we will consider scholarships for. Yes.
Okay.
For the duration of their course.
So, from your perspective, what do you think? How important are part-time jobs, internships, and industry exposure to the students to be competitive in these, job market?
Yes, it is important. I mean, under the Australian student visa, our students are allowed to work 48 hours per fortnight. So that's in any job they choose. And outside of semester, they can work as much as they like. And many of our students do take up that opportunity to actually help with their living expenses. I actually think it's a good opportunity as well because they often work for Australian companies. They get exposure to the Australian work culture as well, which actually prepares them for their professional employment after they graduate too. So I think that's all very important, and it's something that the student visa allows them to do legally. And when they come, we give them very firm advice on legal advice as well, in terms of how you should find a reputable employer, signing contracts, who's good to work for, where you can get free legal advice, all that sort of thing. So all of that type of support is available to the students as well.
Okay. So moving on, I would like to ask you about, what are the things student needs to prepare before going to Australia?
I think they have to prepare many things, the practical things, but also in their mind they must prepare as well. They're going to a foreign culture. They're going a long way from home.
Okay.
They're going where Nepali isn't spoken much. English is spoken everywhere. There's going to be a lot of new things. It's going to be all new in a very short time period. And the education system's very new. Everything's done online. We transact financially, everything online. They learn online. They come to the classroom, but in the background, all of their learning materials, their assessments, everything's done online through our learning management system. I think things may move a bit faster there in some aspects as well. And I think it's on one hand, it's a real joy on one hand, but also it's probably a bit of a culture shock as well. So the students often come on a high, but then they may go down a little bit because then they get into the study, they find a job, they got to find somewhere to live. They all cope very well, in my experience, and we do provide the support to them for that. But I think you've got to also expect as well that there are going to be ups and downs, like there are at home as well. But to my amazement and absolute joy, the students all get through it. I mean, they have a very high level of resilience, I think. So the students who do study abroad come with this mindset that they actually have this resilience built in, and they're very good at supporting each other as well. I think particularly the students from Nepal, they're very good at that.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Like going abroad studying is really daunting for the students.
Yes.
So now I would like to ask you about top 3 reasons to choose Churchill Institute.
Okay, the top 3 reasons are: 1, our location; 2, what we call a student-centric culture. So we have that 4th hour of tuition I was talking about before. We're about to introduce a lot of student recognition and reward incentives as well, because we want to recognize our high-performing students. We want to recognize our scholars. I think that's really important that we do that, to recognize the academic and non-academic achievement of our students. And also, we're new, so we're fresh as well. So we're new in the market. So our course was designed, as I said, it's got a different delivery model. We've got that soft skill built in as well. So that's another reason to choose Churchill, and our great location of Parramatta too, which is a hub for your community, and it's great for the students and for us.
Okay, so as you wrap up, I would like to ask you last question for anyone listening now and who is going to, plan to study in Australia. What advice would you like to give to them?
Okay, everything you've heard is probably mostly true. When you come, you're gonna have a great time. Make sure you plan mentally, though. I think that's really important. Make sure you go through all the checklists, not just what to bring, but you know where you're going to live, for how long, finding accommodation. The education system's very different. We're quite strict there as well. There's going to be a lot of exams and tests, but that's the quality. That's what you're paying for, and that's what they're going to deliver to you. There's going to be a lot of freedom you have that you may not have here because you don't have your parents looking after you there. You're all by yourself. Freedom is great, but there's also a lot of responsibility as well. So that's just something to be mindful of. I think some students, that can be a little bit overwhelming at first because there's no one there to say, no, well, you shouldn't be doing that, because we treat you as adults. And what you do outside of the college, obviously, is up to you. But I think that's also part of your growth and your development as well. So I think that's something that students do kind of realize and come to terms with and grow with quite quickly. But do keep that in mind. Particularly because we offer a bachelor's degree, most of the students who come are quite young. They're sort of 18, 20
Yeah.
years old. It's first time out of home. It's a huge step going to a different country. The culture is different, obviously.
Yeah.
It's like me coming here. I notice a lot of cultural differences. You will notice going there as well. It's hard to explain it all very quickly, but
Yeah.
it's something that you will pick up. And there are things that you're going to think are very weird about Australia and about us, but we'll happy to explain them to you. But you're coming for that experience. You've got that open mind. So just go with it. And as I said, there's a whole team at our college or institute who are there to support you and to help you move through that. But I think to me, they're the main things. So.
Okay. Thank you so much, David, for such insightful information.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. And thank you for your time. Appreciate it.